So Duncan, you seem to be in a very privileged position. What's it like working on the McLaren F1 road car?
Oh, it's a great privilege as the cars are so beautifully designed and made. With so much race car influence, we have some special procedures which we don't normally find in a road car, but apart from that, the cars are pretty straightforward to work on. I've been here 10 years, but I think the thing that new technicians notice most is the parts and the fixings. Take the parts, they are just exquisite. If it's not made of carbon, then it's machined from solid, usually in some rare material, or unobtainium as we call it. Then there are the fixings. Each one is calculated for the job, so there's no weight penalty in oversized bolts. Someone told me that during the design of the car they reckon that this saved 20 kilos.
Do you get to drive the car?
Oh, well, not only do I get to drive the car, they pay me to do it. Seriously though, it's a great responsibility to drive a customer's F1. We need to do this as part of our procedures as we sign off every car to a fixed 6-page road test procedure every time it comes to our workshop. This actually checks every system on the car and makes sure that it's okay to return to the owner. Before you're allowed to drive the F1, you have to do a 2-day driving course. The first day sharpens up your road driving skills using the same training that the police use, and then on the second day you get to know the F1 on a private proving ground. There are very few people in McLaren who are authorised to drive the cars, and I'm one of them.
So there are very few people that can drive them, but does that mean you get to meet very famous people?
Well, everybody assumes that most of our owners are film stars or pop legends, but the reality is that is very different. I get to meet many owners, both here at McLaren and in their own homes if we're sent to look at their car. McLaren are really good at allowing us technicians to work with the owners, and it's part of the basic customer care philosophy. Why not let the man who works on your car explain what we've done?
And that brings me nicely to the next question. Do you get to travel the world with the McLaren F1?
Well, guilty again, I'm afraid. It sounds very romantic, but usually it's just hard work. We have 6 McLaren authorised centres around the world to look after the F1s, but in countries where there is no service centre, we tend to fly out from here to look after the cars. We also visit the authorised centres regularly to check and retrain, and we can often be away for over a week. The jobs can take in 2 different jobs and work 7 days a week while we're away. We often have to take decisions on the spot, so it's quite a pressurised experience.
As you've already talked about, the F1's really exclusive, so with so few cars, do you have enough work to keep you busy?
Well, that's a good question. The F1 is very reliable and only needs a service every 9 months. So what do we do? Well, apart from the overseas trips I've just mentioned, our customer care workshop here in Woking undertakes all of the major work from around the world. For example, last year one of the cars based in the USA was sold to a new owner who wanted it rebuilt to his own specification. This involved a complete strip down, repaint to the exact shade chosen by the customer, complete retrim plus quite a few other changes that he wanted. That sort of work is enormously satisfying. It's like a rebirth for the car, but because it's done at McLaren, the car keeps its provenance. That sort of job takes 2 to 3 months, and we usually have at least one of these every year. And that's one of the great things about working here. We do everything from a complete rebuild to taking a car for its MOT. There's so much variation. All I can say is that I've been flat out all the time I've been here.